Next is occupation safety and health OSH management. In construction, a professional discipline applied to construction planning, design, and process. It is include health and safety procedure, program, guideline, and document, incorporation of your health and safety activities, and program into your other business process. Key element, the first key is managing the risk by applying the general principle of prevention. The second key is appointing the right people and organization at the right time. And the third key is information, instruction, training, and supervision they need to carry out their job. And the fourth key is duty holder cooperating and communication with each other and coordinating their work. And the last key is consulting workers and engaging with them. The last one is the construction parties model arrangement. Parties can come from either the public sector or the private sector. Main parties are the owner or client, the architect or engineer, and the general contractor. Business arrangement between the parties in the form of contract for the execution of work in the project. Project safety during the design process is the outcome of collaboration between the designer and the customer. How the parties collaborate, interact, and coordinate with each other.
Okay, next is National Institute of Occupational Safety and Health, NIOSH. NIOSH is the United States federal agency that is responsible to conduct research on the prevention of the work related to injury and illness. The function of NIOSH is providing the national and world leadership in preventing the work related to illness, injury, disability, and death by gathering the information and research and gen the product and services can from the prevention.
For case study, our group chose one project that the contract title is Proposed Construction and Completion of 267 Units Double-Story House. So, this is the contract detail of the project and the organization chart. The contract sum for this project is 14,578,000 ringgit. As we can see in the picture, the construction site is surrounded with residential buildings and commercial buildings. This is the site plan for the project. The red arrow shows the main entrance of the site, and the blue one is the residential blocks to be constructed.
In Malaysia's construction industry, there are many requirements of site safety and health. These requirements will help to provide a safer working environment at the construction site. The requirements are such as chassis, professional teams, safety and health equipment, green card, insurance, and high-rec. The first requirement of site safety and health is the chassis assessment. The Safety and Health Assessment System, or as known as SCIENTEX, is one of the requirements of safety and health in this construction project as it helps to control the safety level at the construction site. It is a method for evaluating the performance of site safety. There are four main objectives of SCIENTEX. The first one is to benchmark the level of safety and health performance of construction industry in Malaysia. Second, to have a standard system on safety and health assessment in the construction industry. Third, to assess safety and health performance of contractors. Fourth is to evaluate the performance of contractors on the safety and health practices at site. Basically, chassis assessment consists of three main components. The first component of the chassis assessment is document review, where the assessor checks all site safety and health-related documents and records of the construction project. Second is site inspection. The inspection will provide evidence whether the site safety and health program is being practiced on site or not. The final component of this assessment is employees interviews. During this process, the assessor shall interview randomly selected employees at the construction site.
Professional team requirement. Why professional team? What are the goals of the professional team? Their goal is to monitor the workers' safety and to create such a safety and healthy environment in a construction site. Who are they? They are being the administrative team. And here in our assignment based on our site that we choose, The administrative team is led by Inche Zabrani Irfan, who being the safety officer. Next, what is the duty of the professional team? First, they are responsible for planning, implementing, and overseeing workers' safety at site and to ensure that the construction project is in compliance with OSHA guidelines. And I will discuss regarding the safety and health items and equipment on site. It is basically divided into three main parts, which is personal protective equipment, construction site requirement, and construction site tools. These kind of safety requirements are very important so that it able to prevent and minimize accident at work. Here is the personal protective equipment, which is also known as PPE. First, safety glasses, safety goggles. Safety glasses and safety goggles are totally different, although both of it function to save eyes from any hazard, but safety goggles is used to protect eyes from any object, particles, and etc. Next, face shield, safety vest, safety helmet, bump head, earplug, safety gloves, safety boots, Wellington boots, and here is the construction site requirement which need to fulfill by the company. First, SENAI sign. There are 5 major SENAI signs that need to follow by the company to prevent any accident from happens on the site. First, prohibition signs. It is used as an action or activity which is not permitted on site. Second, mandatory sign, which indicate that as an instruction that must be carried out over the site. Third, warning sign, which indicate a hazard or hazardous condition that is not likely to be life-threatening, like slippery surface. Next, fire safety sign, which advise the location of fire alarms and firefighting equipments on the site. Last, emergency sign, which indicate the location or direction to emergency facility like exit, first aid, safety equipment, and etc. Next, storage area, first aid box. And here is the fire extinguisher. There are 5 types of fire extinguisher in the market, which is based on water, foam spray, ABC powder, carbon dioxide, wet chemical, and all of these have its own function based on its types of usage. Next, construction site tools. These tools are very important on the site so that the site's work can be carried out smoothly. Hook, headband, menstrual trowel, measuring tape, plumb bob, wheelbarrow, concrete mixer, vibrator, circular saw, hand saw, earth rammer, ladder, polisher, and vacuum blower.
The next requirement of site safety and health is green card. Every individual who works on site is required to have their own personal green card. The individual who has a green card is allowed to enter the site. They must present their own personal green card at the main entrance before entering the site. IDB will issue the green card once the individual has completed the safety induction course. The green card rules is very important to ensure that all individuals in entering the site is exposed to the basic knowledge of site safety and health.
Insurance. Insurance is one of the requirements of the safety and health in the construction project. It is important to protect all parties involved in the construction activity from accidents and injury happenings at the construction site that cause them loss and damage. Okay, so one of the insurance in the construction is Social Security Organization, SOCSO. SOCSO is one of the requirements of the occupational safety and health in our project. There are 2 different terms in the SOCSO. Number 1 is employment injury insurance. It provides protection to employees if they suffer from the employment injury. The coverage of these terms includes industry accident when the duty, coverings, and occupational diseases. Number 2 is invalidity terms. It provides 24 hours coverage and protection to the insured. Okay, the next insurance is workers' compensation insurance. This provides a cover for workplace injury and accidents for workers. Only work-related injury can be compensated to the workers. Cover the cost of medical expenses and partial work loss. Next, the contractor or risk insurance. This insurance is provide the coverage for 2 main risks in construction project, which are property damage and third-party injury or damage claim. For the number 4 insurance is employer liability insurance. This is to protect the contractor liability in case there are any injury worker or workers suffering from the occupational diseases from the workplace. For the last instrument is professional indemnity policy. Protect the professional exempts their legal responsibility to pay the damage to the people who have sustained financial loss due to their own or their employees' professional negligence.
Another requirement for site safety and health in this project is HIRAC. So, what is HIRAC? HIRAC is the combination of three important of control activities. HI indicates the term of hazard identification, RA is the risk assessment, and RC is the risk control. Hazard identification can be done in many ways, such as monitoring, measuring, and testing the working environment. These four questions are very important for the process of hazard identification. During hazard identification, it is very important to know what the type of hazard that may be exposed to workers in the construction site. There are 6 types of hazard. Risk assessment should be recorded and reviewed periodically, and if necessary, it must be updated when there is changes in work practice. Risk control is the last step of hiring, and it can create a safe and healthy environment of workplace. There are 5 types of risk control, and the selection of control must be suitable with the condition of hazard. So, there are a few hazards found in the construction site. The hazard is categorized into 2 types, safety hazard and health hazard. Okay, we proceed to the detailed list of estimated costs of safety and health for this project. There are 8 items category that is calculated for this estimation cost. So, the total cost for safety and health for this project is 6.77% of the total contract price.
Conclusion. In conclusion, this construction project of 267 units of double-story terrace house has to comply with the safety and health rules and regulation with the safety and health and regulation from the legal authorities. As for this project, they need to follow all the Occupational Safety and Health Act and all the Machineries Act and has to be fulfilled by the client and contractor at the site. Besides, they need to provide an item of safety and health item for the visitor, workers, and site safety if any accident happen during the working hour. Besides, for this project, they need to carry out a SESIC assessment for the safety and health because within 27 to 75% a construction project at that time is very big and has a lot of activity goings, which mean then also a lot of potential accident to be happen. Other than that, construction personnel card, green card, also one of the mandatory requirement that each individual need to have.